Hello everyone. Today, we're not in the noisy halls of our government. We're not in the middle of crazy election events. We are looking at a map that tells a story of friendship, but also a story of a big disagreement. For many years, a quiet but strong fight has been brewing between two countries, India and Nepal. These aren't just neighbors. People often say their relationship is like family, but this special connection is being tested. At the heart of this problem are three small but important pieces of land: Kalapani, Lipulek, Limpiyadhura. The story starts in the year 1816. The war between the British and Nepal had just ended. The winning British East India Company and the defeated Kingdom of Nepal sat down to sign a treaty. This was the Treaty of Sugauli. This paper is the main reason for the whole fight. Part 5 of this treaty is very clear. It says that the King of Nepal gives up, for himself and those who come after him, all claim or connection to the lands west of the river Kali. This simple line made the Kali River the western border of Nepal. Everything to the east of the river was Nepal. Everything to the west was British India. But a river is not a wall. It is a living, moving thing. And most importantly, every river has a beginning. This is where the problem starts. The Sugauli Treaty named the river, but it didn't show where it started on a map. Where does the Kali River begin? India says the river starts from a small stream near a temple in Kalapani, a place below the Lipulekh Pass. If we follow this idea, the land of Kalapani, Lipulek, and the valley to its east would be in India. Nepal shows a very different geography. It says that a river is not defined by its smallest stream but by its main starting point, the biggest amount of water that feeds it. Based on how water flows in old records, Nepal says that the real source of the Kali River is not the stream at Kalapani. Instead, it is a much bigger stream that starts much further west, from the Limpiyadhura mountain range. If this river, which is called the Kuthi Yangti by local people, is accepted as the main Kali River, then the whole triangle of land falls east of the river. Limpiyadhura, Kalapani, Lipulek falls east of the river, and according to the Sugauli Treaty, everything east of the Kali belongs to Nepal. For almost 150 years after the Sugauli Treaty, the problem stayed mostly quiet. The big change came in 1962. After the border war with China, India looked for high, important ground to watch for possible Chinese movements. The Kalapani Valley, being close to the Lipulekh Pass, was the perfect spot. India put its soldiers in the area. This was supposed to be for a short time, a response to a safety problem. However, the short time became permanent. In 2015, India and China signed an agreement to make the Lipulekh Pass a trade route. Nepal was not asked about this. When talking things out doesn't work, we have to look at the proof. What do the old records say? Nepal's argument relies on a lot of papers from before 1962. It has shown British survey maps from as early as 1827 and 1856. These maps, made by the same British people who signed the Sugauli Treaty, clearly show the river starting from Limpiyadhura as the main Kali River. They show the whole disputed land as being east of the river, clearly inside Nepal's borders. Also, Nepal has proof that is more than just maps. It has shown land tax receipts and records of people living there from the 1950s and early 1960s. These papers show that the people living in the villages of the Limpiyadhura area paid taxes to the Nepalese government. This administrative proof strongly suggests that until India's military moved into the area after 1962, it was Nepal that was in charge and had real control over the land. India's claim is mainly based on its continuous presence since 1962, and its idea that a small stream is the main river. For over 146 years, from the treaty in 1816 until the war in 1962, the land was, according to Nepal's proof, under its control. India's claim uses a map first put out in the 1870s, which, for the first time, showed the border moving eastward. However, Nepal says this was a one-sided map change by British India, not supported by the treaty or any agreement between them. The historical weight of the proof, the treaty, the earliest maps, and administrative records, seems to support Nepal's side. So, where does that leave us? Based on looking at the facts and history of the proof, the answer seems to point in one direction. The Sugauli Treaty, the main paper for the border, meant for the main branch of the Kali River to be the boundary.